Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a great day so far. Today I wanted to do a purchase or pass video. I think it's been a few weeks since I've done one, just because for a little while I felt like there weren't enough products to talk about in a video, but now brands seem to be announcing or releasing some really fun products for spring and summer. So I'm excited to chat about them in today's video. There are some cheek products, some eye products, some expensive products, which we'll get to. I feel like makeup prices are just getting ridiculous, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. So let me know in the comments below if you guys plan on trying anything. I'll link everything that's available in the description box, and if it's not available, I'll put the release date, the price info, just in case I don't touch on it in the video, but I try to give you guys all the details and include as many pictures as possible. So let's jump into it. Let's start with face palettes because there are a lot of face palettes coming out. So Anastasia Beverly Hills has a new release. It's been a while since we've seen something from them. I feel like their last release that I remember was their collection that had like the clear gloss, the brow gel, and then also the highlighter. So it seems like they haven't been releasing as much lately, which I'm not opposed to. I do like more of a well thought out collection, and I don't mind when brands do things not quite as fast as other brands, but I have to be honest, as a whole, they haven't been catching my eye for probably the past year. So they are coming out with 3 summer-inspired palettes. Each one comes with a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. They will be available on May 3rd on the ABH website and then May 6th at other retailers. Okay, I'm on their website. You guys, these retail for $58. I don't think it said that on the Trend Mood post. $58 for 3 cheek products? And honestly, these don't even really look that appealing. I don't know, that just seems very expensive. At least expensive for Anastasia Beverly Hills because their palettes, like their full eyeshadow palettes, are typically like $42 to $45. So this is so much more expensive than an eyeshadow palette. And typically, I feel like brands usually release cheek palettes at the same price point or even a little bit less. Honestly, if I looked at these, I would have just thought they were maybe like $34. That is a definite skip for me. I don't want to spend $58 on 3 products. I think the Natasha Denona cheek palettes aren't even that much money. Let me look on Sephora. Yeah, I'm on Sephora's website. Natasha Denona, which is more expensive than ABH, like this is a luxury brand, charges $55 for their cheek palettes. And those come with 4 shades. I'm not sure how they compare in terms of product, the amount of product you get, but I would rather pay $55 for Natasha Denona than $58 for these trios. They are just not doing it for me. ColourPop is also releasing some cheek palettes. Now, I'm filming this video on Monday. It's going up on Tuesday. They just announced this, so they haven't actually shared any price info yet, but I'll include some pictures on the screen for you guys. It says that they are an extra large version of their new shadow quad packaging, which I'll talk about in a second because I am wearing one of their new quads on my eyes. But these each come with 4 different cheek products. It looks like you get 3 blushes and 1 highlighter, although some of them look like they come with a bronzer. So depending on your skin tone, what type of products you like to wear, you could probably use some of those shades as bronzers as well. They actually did 5 different palettes, which I love. I know that people have been asking for additional blush tones from ColourPop for a long time. They tend to do the same cooler toned pink and then peachy blush with all of their collections. So this is really nice to see from ColourPop because I think there are a bunch of really beautiful colors. So I am curious about these because I have to tell you guys, I'm impressed by the packaging, or no, by the quality of the products that come in this new clear packaging, and these look similar. So I wonder if they're better than their other blushes. ColourPop's pressed powder blushes haven't really done it for me in the past. I feel like they tend to be pretty powdery, but these eyeshadows are really soft, so blendable, really pigmented. So I'm curious to see how the blushes will compare. But I think I'm curious about those. I'm just not sure how much they're going to be. I think that these are $9. So I'm thinking maybe like $18. Yeah, I would say maybe $18 because they do look bigger. Maybe even more, maybe 20. I'm not sure because they haven't released the price info, so we'll see. So like I said, ColourPop did release some new eyeshadow palettes. These are just cute little quads. They're $9 each. They have 6 different quads. Now they did send them to me in the mail as PR. I've tested all of them with the exception of like the cooler toned pink one. To be honest, I really like these. I think that this could possibly be my favorite ColourPop eyeshadow palette collection so far. I know they've been doing so many different like layouts and themes, and it gets a little bit confusing when you go on the website because you don't like automatically see a palette and know that it's a ColourPop palette anymore. But I have been so into smaller mini palettes. I think they're so easy for everyday wear. You can create like a quick and easy eye look. Now today I am wearing 2 of them just because these are the 2 that I hadn't tested yet. So I'm mainly wearing Creamsicle. I have all 4 of these shades all over my eyes. This one is such a fun like pinky coral quad. And then I also have 2 shades from Mocktail on my eyes. Actually, I just used the one. I have the brown shade from Mocktail because I just wanted to add a little bit of definition. But I think Creamsicle is going to be my favorite out of all of them because I just love like this pinky coral color story. The quads each come with 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. The matte shadows are so blendable. They are pretty powdery, but they feel different than other ColourPop mattes. They're almost like more silky and smooth, and they blend out in seconds, which is perfect if you want a quick and easy look. And then there is one regular metallic, and then there is a metallic with actual glitter in it. That's mainly what you're seeing on my eyes today, but these are really easy to work with. So if you're looking for a quick and easy quad, you might like these. I think the neutral ones are perfect for everyday wear. ColourPop also launched another new eyeshadow collection. I don't think I'll be buying this one. This one is their Coming in Hot eyeshadow palette collection. These are 5-pan palettes, and they're kind of similar to the other 5-pans they did earlier this year. These are $10 each. Now, it looks like they're all monochromatic, bright, colorful palettes. There's a pink one, an orange one, a green one, a blue one, and then also a purple one. Because I do have pretty much all of their other 9-pan monochromatic palettes, I don't think I need these in my personal collection. But if you love a colorful eyeshadow, if you never bought the 9-pan palettes, or you just like this layout a little bit better, then these might be for you. I do have an affiliate code with ColourPop. It's just my name, Andrea, so you'll actually save 10% at checkout. It does typically work on new releases unless it's a special collection like the Lizzie McGuire collection or a Disney collection, but if you are trying any of these products, you can use it to save some money. It is an affiliate code, which means I make a small commission, so obviously you don't have to use it if that makes you uncomfortable, but it can be used multiple times. So if you're placing an order, you can use mine or someone else's just to get that little discount. Rare Beauty also released a new eyeshadow palette. I think this one actually came out right after I filmed my last purchase or pass video, so I know there are already some reviews up on YouTube, but it is available now on Sephora's website. It's called the Discovery Eyeshadow Palette, and it's $29. I think this looks pretty, but it just doesn't look like a must-have palette for me. The colors individually are gorgeous. Like when you look at the swatches or you look at them in the pan, they all look pretty, but I don't know, when you put them together in a palette, I don't love it as a palette. I also don't love the fact that the pans are a little bit different. I don't know. I'm just one of those people who prefers like round pans or square pans, and when a palette has a different layout, for some reason it just doesn't call to me as much. I like that the palette is not outrageously expensive. $29 seems like a really fair price point. I think Rare Beauty as a whole seems pretty fairly priced, and I am planning on trying out one of their liquid blushes. I actually got a sample of one when I placed my Sephora order, so I'm excited to try that, but I don't think I will be buying this eyeshadow palette. I think the center shade is a pressed glitter. It is a pressed glitter, which means I just wouldn't get very much use out of it. So I'll be skipping over this one. I'm not writing Rare Beauty eyeshadow palettes off completely, because if they do release one that catches my eye, I do want to try it out. I feel like I hear pretty good things about the actual formula, and like I said, I feel like the price point is pretty fair. I just don't think I need to add this one to my collection. Kaleidos is releasing a new collection on May 5th, which is actually my birthday, so it's going to be available at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is the Flower Punk collection, and it looks really pretty. Kaleidos always does a good job with their themes and their packaging. I do have a bunch of their 5-pan palettes, and they're really good. I think the formula is nice. So it looks like there is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette and also some lip products. So again, I'm filming this video on Monday, so there's not any price information yet. Once there is, I'll list it in the description box below, but I'm on their Instagram, and this palette packaging is actually really cool. It says that it's held on by 4 magnets, so you can open the palette a few different ways. You can completely remove the top, which I did not realize based on the initial photo. I thought it was just like a regular rectangular cardboard palette. I know a lot of people are saying that it kind of looks like a Melt Cosmetics palette, and I could definitely see that, also because I think they kind of have like shapes or whatever stamped into the shadows, which does remind me of Melt, but I think the color story as a whole kind of looks like a Melt eyeshadow, at least the right half of it. So I think that's where people are making the connection just with the packaging, the actual imprints, the color story as a whole. But I will say I think the formulas are very different. Melt's eyeshadows are like super pigmented. They're probably the most pigmented shadows I've ever tried when they do their palettes well. And then Kaleidos, their formula is a little bit more blendable and a little bit more buildable. I like them both just for different reasons. But one thing I appreciate about Kaleidos is the fact that they don't shy away from colorful stories as a whole. A lot of their palettes are so colorful and bright and fun, and obviously this one is no exception. I don't know if I'll buy this one. I like the colors in the palette. I'm just not sure how much I would wear the lime green, or really just like the right half of the palette in general. I do think it is one of the prettiest palettes I've seen in a while. I don't know, I mentioned this in my last video, but I just feel like eyeshadow palettes as a whole are not doing it for me lately. I used to get so excited about every single eyeshadow palette I saw, every single palette that hit the market, and while I still like them, I just feel like as a whole I'm kind of enjoying my collection, or I'm enjoying a little bit of a smaller palette that creates just like a quick and easy look. So again, I don't know if I'll buy it. I kind of want to see swatches and like price information, but there are also two different sets of 4 lip products. So they do have a new formula. Their Cloud Lip Clay is a matte formula. It's supposed to be soft and fluffy with the cool, spreadable, moisturizing character of clay, which sounds kind of interesting. There's also a blue agave lip mask. So I will, again, put some more information in the description box once it's available. I'll include as many pictures as I can find, but it does look like a pretty collection. I just don't know if it's a must-have for me. I don't know. I feel like eyeshadow palettes, they're just not pulling me in these days. Charlotte Tilbury also released some palettes. So these are, looks like eye and cheek palettes. It looks like there are 3 different eyeshadows in each one, and then also some face powders and cheek products. So instead of like the typical bronzer and highlighters, well, I guess they're bronzers, but it looks like they included a matte face powder, and then they labeled everything. So they have the label eye on 3 of the products, face on 3 of the products, and then cheek on 1 of them. I don't think this is a new layout for Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't tried any of their face and eye palettes, but I did purchase one from Milani not too long ago, and a lot of people said the Milani palette was supposed to be kind of like a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. So these are $75. I know that $75 is not a new price point for the brand. I think they are a little bit more of an expensive brand, more of a luxury brand. And I know some people love Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know. I feel like their products are good, and there are some that I like. I like their Flawless Face Powder. I love their lip liners, but I feel like overall, again, it's just a brand that is so expensive. I will say that Charlotte Tilbury does really beautiful packaging, so I think part of the reason why the price point is a little bit higher is because the packaging is so luxurious and so gorgeous, and in general, her formulas do like blend very well. They look really pretty on the skin, but I won't spend $75 on a face palette. I'm too cheap, I'll be honest with you guys. e.l.f. just released like $14 palettes. I think the Milani one is maybe $14. $75 is just too much for me. Also, there are only 2 palettes. I think brands, when they do face palettes, typically they do like 2 to 3, but these are both very, very light. I actually thought the deeper one was the light version until I swiped over and saw the really light version. And even for me, I feel like that light version would maybe be a little bit too light. So I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury, again, isn't a brand that typically catches my attention. I know some of her products are like absolute must-haves for a lot of people, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be buying those. I know that I won't be buying those. You guys are going to think I'm a high-end makeup hater after this video. I like high-end makeup. There are so many high-end products I like. I tend to like drugstore makeup too, and I feel like the drugstore has been just upping their quality over the past few years. So when I buy like a $12 palette from the drugstore and it performs really well, for me to consider like a $75 palette, it has to be 6 times better than the drugstore palette, and I just feel like that's not typically the case. Okay, a high-end makeup product that I do want to buy is this powder from Urban Decay. I don't know, powders are probably like one of the most boring makeup products, but I love them. Other than eyeshadow, like that's the product I get the most excited about, which is just weird, but I think it's because I do have oily skin. So whenever I can find a powder that locks my makeup into place, keeps my skin matte, but looks a little bit more natural, I get so excited. One of my favorite powders is the Urban Decay Velvetizer, which is basically like a super smooth, finely milled powder that you're meant to mix into your foundation to make it look a little bit more matte and velvety and smooth. For years and years, I've been using it as an under eye setting powder, and it just works well for me for that purpose. I did just purchase some of the travel sized versions from Urban Decay's website because they were on sale. They are discontinuing this product. So a lot of you guys were tagging me saying maybe this is a replacement for it, which would be amazing. So I'm sure the formula is a little bit different. It is a lightweight vegan face powder, but it's supposed to have a softening, translucent matte finish. It says that it sets your makeup, smooths your skin, and then minimizes shine all day long. It's $33 and available now on Sephora's website. I'm definitely going to pick it up. It sounds like a good powder. I'm always on the hunt for like the next best powder. Again, it's weird that powder is like one of my favorite products, but I do love trying them. The only thing that I don't love is that net style packaging. I feel like it just makes a mess. Like whenever you dip your brush into it, powder like floats all over the air or all through the air. But either way, I do plan on picking that up and trying it out, so I'll definitely let you guys know what I think. Jaclyn Cosmetics is releasing a new collection as well that kind of revolves around, well, not powder, but there are some powders and then like prepping your makeup, setting your makeup, because this is the prep and set collection. Everything will be available on May 6th on their website, and there are a few different products. The Prep Starter Hydrating Under Eye Primer is $24. Typically, I just take a little bit of my eyeshadow primer and apply that like right where I deal with some wrinkles, and I feel like that works well to kind of lock my concealer into place. So I don't think you really need a separate under eye primer. You could also use skincare, but who knows, maybe that will be a game changer. There's a Bake and Brighten Under Eye Powder for $29, which comes in 5 shades, and then a Face It All Brightening and Setting Palette for $39. This has 4 shades in it, but there are also 4 different palettes for different skin tones. I know I just said I get so excited about powder, but I don't know why this collection isn't appealing to me as much. I think it's because there are so many products, so I don't know, just like looking through all of them, I don't know which one I would try. So because I am purchasing the Urban Decay powder, I think I'll skip over this as a whole, but it makes sense for her line because she does have a new line, and I feel like these could become staples for people whether they have dry skin or oily skin, but I don't think I'll be buying these. Oh, ColourPop also has a new mascara. I feel like I'm jumping all around in this video. Usually I organize these a little bit better where I just focus on like one brand at a time, but I feel like I talked about ColourPop earlier in the video. So this is their Act Natural Mascara. So I tried their BFF mascara when it first launched and I didn't like it, but I repurchased it recently. I'm actually wearing it today. I don't know if you think my lashes look good or bad. I don't find that it's a super dramatic mascara, but it is better than I remember. I don't know that it's going to be like one of my top 5 mascaras, but I do think it's nice for every day. So this one is a little bit different. It comes in 2 shades, black and brown, but this one is supposed to give you soft, naturally defined lashes. It says your lashes, but better with a smudge-proof, clump-free, easy-to-remove formula. That's really not my ideal description of a mascara. I like super dramatic lashes. I don't mind if they're a little bit clumpy as long as they are super voluminous, really thick and dramatic. So I don't know, this one doesn't sound like it's for me, but if you like more of a natural mascara overall, you might enjoy this one. The last 2 products I want to mention are things that I'm not going to buy, but I feel like they are so expensive. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I feel like brands are just charging a lot of money for makeup these days. And for me, I mean, at least this first product just does not make sense for the price point. KKW Beauty released eye contour duos for $24. $24 for 2 eyeshadows. 2 neutral matte eyeshadows that you probably already have in your collection. I do have 2 KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes and I like them, but the formula is not mind-blowing by any means. I think those palettes were $45 each and they come with 10 eyeshadows. So for a full-size eyeshadow palette, she charges $45, but for a duo, they're charging $24, and there's nothing really special about these duos. I guarantee you have eyeshadows like this in your collection. You could even just use like your bronzer or your everyday contour. If I just saw these like without knowing the price, I would have assumed they charged like maybe $12 for these, maybe $14, but $24 just seems ridiculous. And I know KKW Beauty sells because people will buy the products either way, but I just feel like that's too much, and it just seems like a major cash grab. While we're on the topic, I just have to share one more product that I think is ridiculously overpriced, and then I'll get off the topic. Maybe I should have just filmed like an anti-haul video, but Hourglass just released these Velvet Story lip creams for $36. Honestly, I know there are high-end lip products out there, but does $36 not seem a little bit high? I think the reason why I feel like this is high is because based on the photo, these just look really small. They don't look like full-size lip products. So this is a featherweight lip mousse that delivers a diffused, soft focus matte finish with a velvety texture for comfortable wear. It sounds nice, but it kind of sounds like the NYX, what are those called? The NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I feel like those might be similar. I don't normally talk about Hourglass in these videos just because last year I did make the decision to just kind of take a step back from purchasing from the brand, but I don't know, $36 for a lipstick, and there are only like 5 or 6 shades. Let me just check Sephora's website. Maybe I'm the one that's just like way off base with these price points. When it comes to liquid lipsticks specifically, NARS charges $26, Fenty is $25, Rare Beauty is $20, Smashbox is $24, so nothing over $30. Well, YSL is $38. Let's check out the other luxury brands. Dior is $38. Armani is $38. Okay, so maybe I am just completely off base. I guess luxury brands do charge almost $40 for a lip product, but I don't know. I feel like for me, like an $18 lip gloss from Fenty feels like a splurge. And even then, those products come with a ton of product in them. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I know that people love all different kinds of makeup. Some people only buy drugstore, some people only buy luxury. And I think that's the nice thing is that, you know, there are good products at every price point. So no matter what you're into, you can generally find something that you love and maybe you're willing to splurge or you want to save. But I just feel like makeup as a whole is getting more expensive. Like even the drugstore products are kind of inching toward high-end prices. So I just think it's really interesting because these days, if I like walk into a Sephora and I buy 3 products, all of a sudden I'm spending like well over $100. And that didn't used to be the case. I was at Target the other day. I had to run in and grab something. And again, I just grabbed like 3 drugstore products and my total was like twice as much as I thought it was going to be. So I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. That's why on my channel, I really try hard to, you know, give honest reviews and also feature more affordable alternatives in case that's what you're looking for. But when it comes to high-end makeup, I really try to thoroughly test everything and let you guys know if it's worth the money or not. So I don't know, I just think it would make an interesting discussion whether you love really expensive makeup or drugstore makeup. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you very soon with a new one. Bye.